Are you wondering which crypto airdrops performed really well in 2024 and which ones totally missed the mark? Do you want to know how to handpick the more promising airdrops that actually have a chance of doing well instead of dumping on day one? Well, if you do, this one is for you. My name is George, and in this video we're going to go through KeyRock's latest report, which breaks it all down. From the biggest successes to the hard-learned lessons, we've got the inside scoop on this year's most popular airdrops, both the very successful ones and those that crashed and burned. Stay tuned, because at the end we will also break down the three most important things you need to watch out for to determine if an airdrop can perform well or if it's just another flop. Now, let's dive right into the key findings. Airdrop campaigns in 2024 didn't always go as planned. KeyRock reported that while many tokens experienced exciting price rallies early on, interest faded rather quickly, often within just 2 weeks. By day 90, only 8 of the 62 analyzed airdrops managed to show positive returns, with those on Ethereum and Solana leading the pack. Airdrops on those two networks had a combined success rate of 25%. That's right, out of the 62 airdrops, only 8 tokens held on to their value after 90 days, and none of the other chains, including BNB, Arbitrum, or Starknet, produced any winners. But what about the size of the airdrops themselves? It turns out that size actually matters. Small airdrops distributing less than 5% of the total supply usually led to quick sell-offs. Medium-sized airdrops, think between 5 and 10% of the total supply, offered a more balanced approach. But it was the larger airdrops, those which distributed over 10% of the total supply, that showed the most promises in building a loyal community and stabilizing prices for the long term. So here's the quick summary. 1. Small airdrops, less than 5% of the total supply, led to initial success but quick sell-offs. 2. Medium airdrops, between 5 and 10% of the supply, offered balanced retention rates and supply. And 3. Large airdrops, over 10% of the supply, were better for long-term performance because of community ownership. Another important factor for the success of these airdrops is their fully diluted value, or FDV. High FDVs can really hurt token prices, leading to larger drops after the airdrop takes place. Tokens with lower FDVs, on the other hand, attracted more investors thanks to their potential perceived growth. Now, let's check out 2 key case studies which present the big winner and the major loser in this year's airdrop campaigns. First up, we have Drift. This decentralized futures trading platform on Solana was a standout success. By allocating 12% of its total token supply and fostering real community engagement, Drift minimized early sell-offs and maintained their steady growth. Their initial market cap was relatively modest at 56 million, which kept the expectations realistic. And then there is Zend, the token behind zkland, a project that went from hype to collapse. After launching on Starknet with high hopes, it quickly plummeted, losing 95% of its value. But why? Well, zkland's tokenomics and lack of loyalty and real engagement attracted speculators who sold off their rewards immediately, leaving the project with low community retention and daily trading volumes of less than $400,000. So what's the main takeaway from here? Here are 3 important conclusions that may improve your chances of finding an airdrop that won't end up losing your time. Number 1. Fundamentals are critical. Look for projects that have found a legitimate product market fit and are not just vaporware. Number 2. Tokenomics are also very important. We often like to think that the product is where the value is, and that's true for most of the projects. But the truth is that tokenomics are just as important. Their structure can determine if the project will retain its users for the long term, or if it will attract speculators who are only here to dump on the launch. Look at things such as initial supply, fully diluted values, and vesting schedules to draw the appropriate conclusions. And number 3, community involvement. It's the team's job to make sure that the community is involved. Look for mechanisms that are oriented toward rewarding loyalty instead of just hyping new features with the sole purpose of attracting more users. And that, folks, is a wrap. Let us know in the comments if you've had any experience with airdrops in the past and how it went. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to our channel with the notification bell. That way you will not miss on any new videos and it really helps us a ton. We'll catch you in the next one.